Close your eyes for a minute, close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind.
Hi Posh Fam, welcome back to my channel Poshcateyes Unfiltered, and welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining us here. Go through my playlist and see what you like, and please stay on, as well as share this channel with your friends and family. Like and comment on my videos, it will mean a lot to me. And to my existing ride or die Posh Fam, thank you for staying on the course with me. And today we're going to be talking about episode 5 from The Real Housewife of Atlanta. Now, quickly, let's just unpack all that went down, all the shenanigans that went down post the Birmingham, Alabama disaster girls trip. So, I guess you all know that episode 4 ended with the door banging by Marlo on Kenya Moore's door, and obviously Kenya Moore was really irate and upset about the fact that Kenya and Marlo and co were just banging on her door relentlessly, undermining the fact that her daughter was in the room sleeping as well. Well, it didn't really end well, because when Kenya finally opened the door, it was just a verbal onslaught of abuse, and Marlo again, they went back and forth. And you would think that would have ended the whole saga. No, it did not. It went straight into the lift, and here's a clip of the other mess that went down. This time it was between Marlo and Moyeta. Now, it is crazy to me how these girls just go from 0 to 100 real quick. Like, in one hand, they were trying to ascertain while they were there, why they are there waiting on Kenya, who is a no-show. And on the other hand, they are on each other. Now, this whole door banging, it didn't look like Marlo banged the door straight at Moyeta, because I don't think she saw that Moyeta was behind her. But however, it doesn't look good for Marlo. She has got a short fuse. She's got a short fuse, and she needs to try and calm it down. But they need to milk out the drama from anywhere. It's not looking like a fun girls trip anymore. And so let's just start with the chaos. They went onto the lobby, continued on the altercation. Apparently, it wasn't enough for Moyeta and Marlo. They needed to go really hard at each other. But I guess Courtney was able to take Marlo outside to de-escalate. And then we then saw Sanya, Sherry, and Moyeta ringing up Kenya to find out how she was doing. And Kenya was like, you guys are just a little bit, unsupportive, and a little bit, not cooperative. It went on. And Sherry was like, we just need to know exactly what's going on. We've been kicked out of a bar, and now we're here. You're in your room, locked up, and there's no communication. There's nothing filtering through to us. And that's why we're concerned. And Kenya then went on to say, well, I had planned this surprise. I wanted you guys to be surprised and shocked, but now it's, not going to go the way it is, because there's a lot of bad energy among the group. And Sandy was like, okay, let me talk to you. Sandy was like, you know what? I left things back home to support you, and now I feel like I don't know what's going on. And to which Kenya responded, just go home. I was like, why, Kenya? What's going on? I get it, you're upset. But to now take it out on Sanya, it was just uncalled for. Sanya ended up leaving. She was like, I don't want to bow of it. She left. Marlo then walked in again. This time she was on the phone trying to debrief to Sanya, who then told them she was already packing to leave. Marlo walked to the group where Sherry and Moyeta were sitting, and again, there's just no love. There was no communication. It was more talking over each other. It progressed from there, because all we can now see is this trip has just gone into, I don't know where it's not coming out from. It's shattered. There is no coming back from this trip. And I'm like, wow, all the effort wasted. Now, you would think it was going to end well. Wrong. We cut to the fact that we can then see ambulance, ambo, or Kenya ringing the ambulance to come get her from from her hotel room. Apparently, she cannot breathe. She's got stuffy chest and everything, and she was literally wheeled out from the hotel. I'm like, is this staged? Is she really sick? I don't know. Over there, to the other side, the other girls are like still talking about all the shenanigans that went down, and then I think they got word about the fact that Sheree, because Sheree was next door to Kenya, so Sheree saw all that went down. So Sheree was like, "Girls, come to my room," and she told them what she saw with the ambulance coming to wheel Kenya away. And yeah, this is the shocking part, is that they all went from attacking each other to, "Oh, Kenya, I feel so bad. Let us pray for you." And guess who spearheaded the prayer, guys? You guessed right, Malu. And I'm like, what is going on here? This is just insane. You don't go from that 1000 level where you were at with your emotion to being very subdued and compassionate. I just cannot get it. We also check in with Drew, who is actually coming out from her hospital. I mean, she told us she was down with the flu. I didn't think she was going to go into an ER, but well, she was coming out from the ER just to let us know she indeed was sick. Okay. Cut to the conversation where she was trying to find out all that went down with the girls. I'm like, girl, you're sick. Just recover. You know, let your man take you home to recover and recuperate. All right. Now, over down to Kenya. We all know Kenya was a no-show to Alabama. And thank God, because it was not a trip that you would want to go. She didn't miss anything. It was a disastrous trip. We all know why she was a no-show. She received an award for, I think, Power 100 award that Ebony magazine was hosting. And so we saw her having this conversation with her auntie or cousin, I'm not sure now. But the main part of the conversation that I want to talk about or highlight for Kandi on this episode was the fact that she and Todd were having a chat about the movie that they are, working to get towards. The movie is supposed to be coming out this year. And obviously this was shot back in 2022. And the conversation then went on to all that went down at BravoCon. Again, Todd wants some form of recognition and some form of respect from Kenya's mom and some from Kandi's mom. And Kandi's like, okay, I am going to have this conversation with my mom now. And, I felt like I didn't think it was going to be I didn't think it was going to take this long for this conversation to be had. You know what I mean? Because BravoCon happened weeks prior. And if you have not had the conversation with your mom, then something is wrong. Your mom literally bagged your husband in a public forum. And if you're waiting up until this time to have that conversation with her, then something is not right. And Todd did not have to tell you or remind you to have that conversation. But to each their own. We then see Kandi, engaging in this conversation with the mom. They really go down well. I don't think it was well received. I don't think Mama Joyce has that self-awareness to take in what her daughter is saying. She just kept saying, yeah, your husband is no good. Yeah, I have my opinion. My opinion is my opinion. And Kandi's like, well, you don't like my husband. You don't like what he does for a living. It's not going to change. We've been together for 8 years. You need to now come on board and support us. And she's like, oh, well. So there was no resolution to this conversation. I do not see Mama Joyce stopping. And Kandi is not the one that will, be that confrontational to her mom. So it ended with a cliffhanger. There was nothing really resolved. There was no resolute reconciliation when it comes to the embargo or not talking about my husband in a bad way. All she said to her mom was, my kids are going to watch this one day and it will be pitiful to hear them or to hear you say all of these things about their father. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Mama Joyce, you probably need to start tempering down on all the animosity you're feeling towards Todd. There's things that you say and it's recorded, it's for life. There is no coming back from all of these things. And the conversation then went to Sanya and Courtney, who obviously have returned from the disastrous trip to Alabama. And we saw them at a very frisky place where they sell some things for female, you know what I mean, reproductive organ. And obviously they had to debrief on all that happened on the trip, because Saya obviously left before the ambulance was called for Kenya. And so Kenya was like, Sanya was like, she feels because she's now a little bit closer to Malo, Kenya doesn't like it, and she would need to have a conversation with Kenya in order to find a resolution or common ground as to where they go from there with their relationship. Now, I don't understand Courtney's role this season. She is anti-Kandi. She is the middle woman now. Like, I don't know what her role is. I really don't know. I do know she is cousin to Raf, Drew's husband. Now, we all know Kenya left Alabama in an ambulance. Joking. But anyway, we see Sheree going to pay her a visit, obviously, to iron out their differences. She got her some goodies and they hashed their situation out, which was good. And I felt there's some type of resolution from here. How this progresses on for them, I really do not know, but I hope that they can just forge on and continue on their friendship. We also saw, and this was where it ended for us for this particular episode, which again was very boring. We saw Kenya invite the ladies, Sheree and Drew, to an energized or Vita flow. Vita flow is more like a rejuvenation following their stint with the flu. Of course, it was again to debrief on all that went down and the drama that happened at the event where Drew performed was also center stage, because this time we're going to be hearing Drew's side of the story. And because Drew related to Kenya off camera, so now it's going to be on camera, and Sheree is going to be like witnessing all that went down, because Sheree wasn't really there. And Drew went on to say that it was more like an attack, on her, as regards to how she communicated what happened at Blaze Steak or something. And it was more to the point where she felt attacked and Malo wanted more, and she wasn't sure why that should have been coming from her. And Sheree was like, well, I also have beef with you, because I feel like you flip-flop. On one hand, you want us to be friends. On the other hand, you're bugging me, saying that I didn't give you, or I took back all of the clothes, my merchandise that I sold, I gifted you girls. And she was like, well, I didn't really say you took back all of it. So like, but you did say it, and it was really uncovered that she said it. And that was like, oh, well, we need to then move forward. They sort of came to a resolution that they're going to move forward. How this progresses, I don't know, because we then have to see the entire group on one stage, because now we're seeing pockets of conversations happening. How would this, mesh when they all come together? And it doesn't look good, guys, because there's gonna be fireworks. It's fireworks already brewing, and this is gonna be between Kandi and Malo, and Kandi's already on, I'm gonna headbutt you again. So I'm like, what is going on? What seems to be the problem? There is just no resolution. It's from one drama, one chaos to another. Whilst episode 5 did not deliver on exciting commentary, we're looking forward to episode 6, because that is where there's going to be a little bit of drama. Kandi hasn't filmed with the girls in a while. She's been filming by herself. So we'll get to see her film with the girls, and it doesn't really end well. I don't know if it's Courtney or Malo. Well, we're going to eventually find out what that was about. Until then, guys, stay safe and be focused. Thank you for watching.